hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip
Bars is back.
hip hop,
Sam
hip
and
hop.
oh god.
That's what's about to go down. And
Sick.
man.
It's sick.
Anyway, what we got on the hip hop tip today, oh God?
Let's never talk about that bullshit. Nah, but anyway, man. T.I., man. We could just talk about him. Now, fuck it. Let's start with the Funk Flex shit first, man.
Right.
Let's dig into Funk Flex a little bit. And then I'll save the T.I. for the back end of this thing now. Funk Flex, he came out with these outlandish allegations the other day that haven't been founded to my knowledge, that Jay-Z cut some sort of a deal with Donald Trump, I guess to get a Rocnation partner for Desiree Perez. That was one of the things that he said. And then another thing that he said that had a lot of people going back and forth on the internet is that you can't compare Desiree Perez and 6ix9ine, pretty much saying that Desiree Perez was a civilian. I don't know if you heard that part, Sam, man, but I'll let you check that first. Yeah, during that rant.
What?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people we seen. Was mad about that. One of the things that he was on the we ain't gonna mention the name, but yeah, that was one of the things that was said. So yeah,
That's crazy. Oh, you know what, man? Respect the hell out of Funk Flex for what he's done for the game as far as DJing is concerned, but this is wild. And I think he's reaching for some reason. I don't know why, but I think he's reaching as one of the people that just kind of is getting a little overwhelmed, and not overwhelmed, but drunk in the social media hype and social media bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Showing everything. Because now all of a sudden you want to be an investigative reporter. Now it's popular to talk about Desiree Perez because years ago it wasn't. People didn't even mention her name. Very few mentioned her name. But now all of a sudden, because it's popular, people want to mention her name because snitching in the culture is popular. People want to mention her name, and it's just corny. It really is. We see what these rappers are doing. We see what some of the rappers portray and what they sit out here and they preach. But then we see what they do when the doors are closed and who they fraternize with. That's clear. As far as her being compared to 6ix9ine, it's just as comparable. The only difference is one was really in a game and one was pretending to be in a game. And Desiree wasn't pretending to be in shit. She was riding and she was doing it heavy. So was her husband.
what's civilian?
and
That's selling 35 kilos of coke. What's this civilian? Like once you make that conscious decision to sell drugs like that, you're in it now. Like you got to abide by those rules. You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
You don't got to, but you're supposed to.
You're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? But what I mean to say is people are gonna hold you to those standards. Of saying that you're in the street, male, female, trans, whatever. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You got to be held to these standards. Is it? I respect it. I respect it 100% because this. I always look at it like this: like me and you, little kids and shit. Me and you going to do something, and I get caught. Now I'm going to tell on you. Nah, like we gonna both go down with the shit. Now fuck, we both did it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, so I just think it's a certain loyalty that's breached. You know what I mean? There when people do it, but at the end of the day, I do understand the other side too. You facing all these years. You've never been in a situation before. Most 9 times out of 10 people want to crack. I understand that, but the real ones, you got guys like Jay-Z, not to reiterate it, saying that he's gonna follow the town no matter how much time he gonna get. I guess that don't mean for his friends.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like even an argument that Flex brought up. He got it. He talked to Trump to get his girl part. So what if he did? So what?
Yeah. So what? That's smart. I mean, whatever.
So what?
Right.
That's the headline you go with. Another Trump jab? Like that's corny.
And then people's already dealing with Trump though. It's corny because, like you said, we forgot we had on here my man Gene Deal.
Deal?
Yeah, he was talking about the people that was hanging out with Trump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For about 5 minutes on here back in the day, the security detail, he's seen different things. So that don't move me because Jay-Z made a deal with Trump. Jay-Z's a businessman. And if he can, will and deal, he's going to will and deal. And we seen that over the years. So, I don't know, man. This thing, at the end of the day, it is what it is. This is what these dudes said that they stand by. If I would come on here, or Sam Matt was to come on here and say we stood by something and then we breached that, there'll be people going in on, so you said this, but you did this. So they got the right to question these dudes who said they street dudes who say nothing. We got a right to question it.
Yeah, and it's fake calling out of Jay-Z that Flex is doing is weak because you call him out on some Trump shit, but then give a pass to a quote the code of the street. Now ain't nobody up here claiming to be street, but ain't nobody up here damn sure telling on a soul.
You want to smoke with Trump? I mean, not Trump, Funk.
I don't want to smoke with anybody, but I'm gonna call the goddamn truth. He ain't gonna come. He ain't gonna mess with us. He ain't gonna say our name. They scared to say our shit. But
Boogeyman.
you know what I'm saying? I just think it's kind of one of those ways. Oh, I'm gonna go at Hov. I'm gonna go at the highest man. I don't care what Hov do. I'm gonna give him all the smoke. Blah 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 blah. But then I go at him on the real issues. I think it's kind of crazy.
One of the other things that he said about Jay-Z was that Jay-Z's too sensitive or something. The
That
social
might be
media.
pretty
What you
true.
think about? You think that's true?
Yeah, hell yeah, I do. I think that
Come on, not Jay.
I don't know. See, I don't know Jay to think that he's too sensitive or not, but I know that you know damn well when he says something, that shit trends. And if he had an inbox to where people can go in, and like our man, one of our, I forgot who said it, but if he's sitting on the toilet, you don't think Jay-Z sitting on the phone staring at comments and shit, and it might bother him. We heard Dame say he got sensitive with some women every now and again, so that sensitivity with women shit's a motherfucker. If you sensitive with women, you sensitive with words.
Yeah.
One of them shits.
It's all good, man. But, nevertheless, that kind of is what it is. We definitely wanted to cover that. I think it's a little bit corny for Flex as well to bring this out. But, that is what it is. Let us know what you think in the comment section wherever you're watching this video. I want to, before we jump to our next topic, Sandman, talk about this the other day. We brought it up, but we didn't talk about it on the show yet. The possibility of a Biggie Smalls Tupac versus battle. Now, Swiss Beats, probably like last week, was talking this thing up and kind of wanted to get this thing going, even though both of these guys are deceased, for, 10 plus years at this point. How do you feel about that, Sam? You think it's a good idea, a bad idea? You think people should let them rest?
Hate it. I think it's dumb. Unless we're about to hear 25 new tracks from Biggie and 25 new tracks from Tupac, and we celebrate their life with new music, and then we get an album right after it.
Yeah.
If y'all want some shit like that, then I'm all for that. But to sit back and listen to records that we still bump from the early 90s and do that with two people that are no longer here, I think that's a reach and a stretch to try to grab them numbers again. Now, I was shocked that Keisha Cole and Ashanti did the numbers they did. They did incredible numbers for their
what they do?
Battle. They were well over 1 million for that joint.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
I forgot the joint was on.
And it's been canceled so many times, it's like, all right, whatever.
Right.
That shit did over 1 million. So they're doing their thing over there.
Right.
But I'd rather see Hov and Nas. I'd rather see Game and 50. I'd rather see people that are alive now that can give us that energy authentically that are here. I don't want to see no made up hologram or no made up nonsense. And when it's as far as, because we talk a lot about Pac and Big, we've had people that come on here that know both of them personally, and we love getting them perspectives and stories, and so do our people. But to sit back and kind of relish on the music like that and put them in a verses, I think it's corny.
Yeah, man. I when I first seen it, I was my man Swiss, so I'm kind of like a little sympathetic because I love him. We both love him. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, it's a good idea. But then I'm like, in the back of my mind, I started thinking, I don't think it's, gonna be cool at all, because it's like, that's how these dudes kind of died in a war. You know what I mean? So to put them back together again, it's nothing more than just a money grab. And I mean, it's all a money grab. You know what I mean? And again, we love Swiss over here, but I just don't think it's a good idea. Vic was telling me earlier that Drake, was pretty much trying to get a versus going on. I was like, you know what? Who will be some good people for Drake? So I started throwing names out, like Louise, I think would be good. Nicki Minaj, whoever, like even people in his own camp. But then you got people like Jay-Z, probably LL. So who you think will be a good matchup with Drake, though?
You might be surprised, and just hear me out on
Don't
this
say
one.
Chris Brown.
I'm gonna say Chris Brown. I say Chris Brown.
Woo!
And I know, and even though the genre may be a little different, it ain't that much different.
I fuck with it, yeah.
And if we going hit for hit, let's go hit for hit. Damn the genre. They're about the same.
Damn.
Let's put Chris Brown and Drake in the same room and let's go.
Chris got it.
That's breaking records. And I think that's the only one that really kind of makes sense. We could put Drake in there with some of the greats, but I kind of put Drake in a different level of hip hop. He's hip hop.
How about Jay-Z? If Jay-Z agreed to it, would you would definitely check that out?
I'd watch it, of course, but I'd much rather see Jay-Z with other rappers. Just me personally, hit for hit, and I'm not.
So you putting Drake in the R&B category then?
I'm putting Drake in a 2000s new millennium category, to where if I see Hov, I want to see Hov against some of the classic people that still kind of. I would like to see Hov against a Busta Rhymes, even though I think it would be entertaining. To me personally, I would just edge out Hov by that much because I just fuck with Hov.
Jay-Z a body.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that he pretty much would body anybody in his generation. So you would have to put him up against somebody new. I don't know. I would watch it. I'd say that.
Yeah.
I think Jay-Z's in the lane of his own. And Drake's almost there, but Chris Brown and Drake are right there.
I think Chris got him, bro. I mean, Drake got a lot, but I think Chris got him.
You know how entertaining that would be to listen to the 50 songs back to back to back to back to hit to hit to hit. Man, that should.
I love the idea of it. Like, we ain't haters of it. It's a great idea, but I think some people are just off limits. And I think Biggie and Tupac is one that's like, nah, we don't want to go down that road, man.
Nah, I don't know. I don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
I think what we seen with Jeezy and what we seen.